So this is an exercise for those moments or times when you're about to have a stressful or anxiety-inducing experience. One of these moments where you have to go and do something, you have to go to work, and you know that you're going to be confronting a customer or a boss or a coworker, where you have to go to a family reunion and you know that it's going to be uncomfortable because of issues that you've had with your relatives, or meeting with others in a general sense where there's tension or anxiety or stress. So this is an exercise that one can do before heading into that situation. We'll start with 3 deep breaths. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Inhale 3. Feet flat on the ground. Notice your body, feet, ankles, calves, knees, legs, thighs, groin, stomach, lower back, upper back, chest, heart, hands, elbows, arms, neck, head, face. Just pay attention to the whole body. Notice the anxiety that's in it. Notice the stress. Allow it to be here. Take a deep breath. We're going to pull back a little bit. We're going to notice the noticer. So we're jumping back into the aware, clear, conscious part of us. The one that's noticing the body, noticing the tensions in the body. And we're going to be in that spot. And we're noticing something about that awareness, that witness, that consciousness, that it's totally okay in the midst of this anxiety and this stress. It's totally fine. And that's our island when we go through the stress or the experience of the uncomfortable situation. So a couple of things that will help you to know that you're headed in the right direction, that you can deal with this, because that's really all there is to it. So know that when you come into any stressful situation, that you always have this resource. And then if you allow your particular position to be in this resource, to be in this awareness, to be in this watching, witnessing place, that's your best place to be, that will get you through the situation with as little stress and bumps and roller coaster rides as possible. By being in the aware situation, it sets the tone for the interaction. and it dictates the way that it will unfold. So in other words, instead of one ego meeting another ego, and there's tension and there's drama and there's bullshit, it's, in this case, more than likely, it's your awareness meeting an ego. And because they're in a whoever it is that you have this tension with, they're also in a defensive position. And they're knotted up and they're tight and they're stressed about it too, more than likely. But if you show up to the gunfight, in other words, with no guns, then that's going to disarm them as well. Hopefully. Not a guarantee, but but at least you're disarmed and you're showing up with presence, and you're showing up with dignity, and you're showing up with courage, and you're showing up with this aware part of you leading the pack. It's not always easy. You will be nervous anyway. You will be still stressed out, but at least you know that before the confrontation, you breathe, you notice your body, you get in the aware spot. And it's imperfect. It's an art form. There's no guarantees, but doing so will at least set you up to head in the right direction. And then if you're practiced at this and you've become more accustomed to this mindful type of exercise, then as you progress through the situation with this person or group of people, meeting or whatever, you'll remember. Let's say the meeting is a half an hour. You'll remember at the start of it to be in that, and then you'll forget it a little bit, and then you'll remember to go back to being aware. 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, and you'll kind of like, if this is something new to you, you'll pop in and out of it. But if you're accustomed to doing this, then you will just naturally stay in this aware witness position. So you see, this is the ongoing benefit of exercising this muscle, is that anytime a stressful or anxiety-inducing experience comes up, your muscle is developed and can handle going through it. It's you standing on an island with a hurricane going on around you, and how supportive is your island? If you've not exercised the mindful muscle, if you've not really explored awareness, then your island is going to be shaky ground, and it's going to blow you off of it, and you're going to get caught in the reaction. You're going to get caught in ego, caught in mind. However, if you've done a little homework and you have practiced being aware, have practiced seeing the mind and noticing the ego and the personality, then when that hurricane hits, you're going to have an island that's more stable, and you'll be able to stay on that island and, again, dictate the flow and the direction that this conflict or stressful situation is wanting to go in. Your presence, that presence of awareness, will dictate its unfolding, because it's the stronger of the two. Because awareness is the stronger, is the truer, is the more accurate of the two places to be when there's a confrontation between ego and another ego. If that other ego can dismantle itself, put the weapons down, and concede to awareness, that awareness has got more power and strength and authenticity than any amount of ego or personality or drama or bullshit that comes to that particular meeting. Again, this is not easy. I'm not saying that this is easy, but it does become easier over time when you've developed the spiritual badass awareness muscle. So, again, if you're watching this video because you're headed into some sort of conflict, practice taking deep breaths, practice noticing awareness, practice finding your island, so that when you arrive to that moment, you have that island that you stand on. And know that that is the best place that you can be. And it will unfold however it unfolds, in the best possible way, given where you are with your relationship to awareness and, the other dynamics of the situation. Again, imperfect, but a lot better than two egos meeting each other and there being a real fight or more tension created or more bullshit and drama created. In the best scenario, if you arrive to the gunfight without your guns, the other person arrives with their guns, and they quickly realize, or they soon realize, that you don't have any guns, then they let theirs down too. So then it's a meeting of, okay, awareness with awareness, and to a certain degree, and egos are slightly set aside, let's say that. And it's just a much better position of working out the difficulty. Not always a guarantee, because you never know what conscious level the other person is, and you know, they may have no ability to do that, or they are so stressed that it's just not going to happen. But if you're fortunate, then you've been the first one to, you know, to provide the broken arrow, or to the olive branch, or the, you know, you're the first one to do that, and then the other individual recognizes that consciously, unconsciously, and they let down their guard and their weaponry, and are meeting with awareness as well. That's what I have to offer you. No perfect solution, but much better than the usual. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me during this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.